anticipating, and he said it loud and clear, that Walmart is going to have to raise prices. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, is telling its shoppers the time has come.
Even at the reduced levels, the higher tariffs will result in higher prices.
CEO Doug McMillon did not say on today's quarterly earnings call which products would face a price increase, but the chief financial officer indicated that prices could go up within weeks. Toys and electronics imported from China fill many shelves at Walmart. Some of those will import tax of 30%.
On countries like Costa Rica, Peru, and Colombia are pressuring imported items like bananas, avocados, coffee, and roses. We'll do our best to control what we can control in order to keep food prices as low as possible.
President Trump's 90-day pause on tariffs on Chinese imports poses a new challenge for Walmart as the company stocks up for the upcoming holiday season.
Where it can get more challenging is we make decisions related to things like Halloween and Christmas farther out. And how do you make a quantity call, and what tariff number do you use?
Nick Goad is a senior partner at Boston Consulting Group, focused retail.
When Walmart says, look, we're trying to absorb tariff costs, but we still have to raise prices, what does that say about the broader economy?
I think retailers are all trying to do their best with the uncertainty that's been handed to them. They've set up command centers and are prepared for many different scenarios, whatever comes their way.
The Walmart warning comes as ports are bracing for a surge, as stores race to beat the clock on that 90-day pause on tariffs on Chinese imports.
I mean, I think the tariff rates now are still quite high, right, relative to the baseline that we were at.
What do you advise?
I think they need to take their decisions one step at a time and make decisions based on what they feel they can afford and what they really need.
Julie, the CEO of Walmart said they're going to do the best they can on grocery prices. But what does that really mean?
Well, it's called managing mix, as the CEO said this morning on the earnings call. They're going to try to absorb the costs in certain categories like food, for example, try to keep those prices down as much as possible while having to pass on the cost of tariffs in other categories. So they're trying to manage the whole store while keeping some of those essentials more affordable.
And Jolene, what are other retailers saying about pricing?
Yeah, we're hearing a lot from other retailers. A couple of months ago, we already heard from Target and Best Buy that they expect to have to raise prices as things will continue to cost more. But really, the word here continues to be uncertainty. How will these big retailers and the small ones manage what's to come when they can't really plan around a number?
Okay, Jolene Kent for us tonight. Thank you.
Now, some of the top stories from around the world in the Evening News Roundup. CBS News has the first video of one of the air traffic control system outages that caused weeks of delays and cancellations at Newark Airport. Chris Van Cleve takes us inside the Philadelphia TRACON.
This video is from last Friday morning during a systems outage that left air traffic controllers unable to communicate with pilots or track planes on their screens. You can see in the video their screens are blank. This was a brief outage. The FAA says about 90 seconds at a particularly slow time of day around Newark Airport. The video also shows most of the screens coming back to life. And today, we've learned another communications outage hit a Denver area control facility Monday. The FAA says it lasted less than 2 minutes and did not impact flights.
Today, the LA County Sheriff's Department is opening a criminal investigation into Motown legend Smokey Robinson. Last week, 4 of his former housekeepers filed a lawsuit accusing him of repeatedly sexually assaulting and raping them. Robinson's lawyer has called the allegations vile and false.
And in Milwaukee, protesters marched outside a federal courthouse. Inside, state judge Hannah Dugan pleaded not guilty to charges she helped an undocumented defendant evade immigration agents trying to arrest him. Dugan's trial is set for July. And the Supreme Court heard arguments today in a case involving 2 major issues. The first is birthright citizenship. President Trump wants to deny citizenship to a baby born in the United States unless at least one parent is a citizen.
The other issue is what's called a national injunction. The question is whether an order by a judge in one federal district can be applied nationwide, even if parties not involved in the case.
Here's Jane Crawford.